Hey, man, welcome to the Ace Michaels Show. I'm Ace Michaels, happy to be your host for the show. Thank you for sending your likes, your shares, support. We love all that stuff when you're like, I really like this show. I do too. Share, like. I dig that, man. That is so cool the way you guys do that. Hey, if you ever want to be on the show, we'd love to have you. Get in touch with us. Say, hey, I want to be on the show. We'll ponder it. We think it's a good idea. We'll put you on the show. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Live on the edge. And that's what's up, man. Hey, today my guest is Sally Olson. Sally Olson is on the Ace Michaels Show. Yeah, big celebrities be on my show, dog. All right, Sally Olson, welcome to it.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great, and how are you?
You're looking
Thanks for having
fab.
me. Thank you.
Wow, this is probably the most casual I've ever seen you. Except in
Possibly.
my dreams.
Oh.
Yeah. In my dreams, you're wearing khaki shorts with like a whole like Tiger King situation going on up top. But that's in my
dreams,
dream.
because that's not something you should wear. But
Yeah, I couldn't
sounds-
see you
sounds
in
interesting,
real life, but in my
maybe
dream, yeah.
Maybe I'll consider that.
So it's just with khaki shorts, and you got a whole Tiger King thing going on. Anyway, Sally Olson is in the music industry for how long? How long you been doing music?
Well, ever since I was a kid, but professionally for about 10 years.
You a kid now? What you talking about?
Well,
What are you
kind
talking
of.
about? Young-looking woman. What you do? Okay, well, we won't go there. So it's been longer than I think it was, is what you're saying. You were doing music. How and why?
Well, I mean, start when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I started singing when I was very young. It's something that I always enjoyed doing. Was in a lot of chorus, a cappella groups, chamber singers, you name it, all through grade school and high school and college. But it was always something that I did extracurricularly because my focus throughout my childhood and young adulthood was visual arts. I went to school for painting and studio art.
Interesting.
So-
And what made you say, you know what, this is the career I'm going to do. I'm going to go out here and do this as a job now. Because that's a big step.
Yeah, it was. And
For
so
some people, that's a misstep.
I think it's because I always wanted to do both, but for whatever reason, while I was growing up and going through school, what was more accessible to me was the visual arts, and I didn't have as many good outlets in the performing arts, so I did more visual arts. But I went to Middlebury College in Vermont. That's where I'm from. And after Middlebury, I went to Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Art in Philadelphia. And I did a post-baccalaureate year there, and I was about to start their master's program. But while I was in Philadelphia, I took the opportunity to start doing some extra work. I got my first headshots, and I landed the opportunity to be an extra on the former CBS TV series Hack with Andre Braugher and David Morse. And so that's what really kind of got me excited about acting and singing and performing and all of the above. And starting around then, I really wanted to do it for real and not just as something for fun.
Did you ever have a time, Sally, where you were afraid that you wouldn't do well in it? Like, did you say to yourself, I can't do this. My eyes are too big. My smile is too pretty. They're not going to like me. Like, did you ever have those?
Yes and no. Not for those reasons, but for more of the realistic, like, how am I going to make money reasons? My whole family is in dentistry. And so after my year and a half in Philadelphia, to clarify, I decided not to continue with the Master of Fine Arts program at Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts because if I was going to pursue visual art professionally, I wanted to be a studio artist. But in reality, you kind of need something to fall back on, and that would be teaching. And I'm like, I don't really want to teach.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll keep on doing the art, but this is not. I just didn't feel that was the right path for me. But so I went back to Vermont and regrouped, and as my whole family's in dentistry, and kind of feeling that insecurity of like, I need to have a job, I need to make money, I made the very quick decision to go into dental hygiene. And that brought me up to Burlington, Vermont, and I did a 2-year program in dental hygiene, and then I practiced for almost 2 years At which point I realized, like, what in the heck am I doing? This is not,
Is
this does not fulfill me. So
Yeah, was that the job you hated?
yes.
Yeah, everybody's had the job they hated.
But it's good because it kind of snaps you out of it and forces you to pursue what is really meaningful to you.
Yeah, I think it makes you challenge yourself and say, how committed am I? I mean, really, do I really want to sing? Because if I do, I'm going to have to get out here and do this, because this other thing, that is not me, and I'm not happy. I had a job that was supposed to be a great job in Los Angeles, and all the people working there were like, oh, your first year you make so much money in commissions, so much money in commissions. And I was like, no, I want to make money with royalties, and I want to rock the stage, and I want to play, and I want to, I don't want to do this. And I felt so sad, Sally, that I was like crying at lunch. Like, I'd go to lunch, sit in my car, play my demo, and be like, what happened to me? I used to do music, and now I'm trying to sell on the phone.
Yeah.
It's not me. So, so I can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of music artists can. So you're loving music, you're doing your thing, and now you've also reached the milestone that some people never achieve, which is you're actually making money doing what you love. Okay, hello, it can happen. She's making money doing what she loves. Tell me about that.
Okay, so back to Burlington, Vermont.
Yes.
After getting out of the dental hygiene, I started training professionally in singing, and then I ended up being the managing director of a voice studio for people who wanted to take singing lessons. I didn't teach singing, but I ran the whole business so that the person who was the vocal instructor could focus on that. And I ran the business, scheduled students, did all of the website and social media, organized events, and I have good organizational skills, so that it was a perfect fit, and it was in a field that was really of interest to me. And then I started training professionally, and then summer of 2010, I went to Circle in the Square Theater School in New York City, and I did their musical theater program there. And I kept on getting more and more involved with performing arts, whether it be film or commercials, cabaret shows in Burlington, Vermont, until it got to the point where I wanted to do my own project. And I didn't know what I was going to do at the time, but I wanted it to be a one-woman show. And then I started reading through music. And to make a long story short, I read through the Carpenter's music, and it was a very good fit for me, not just vocally, but also emotionally, and just the story of Karen Carpenter and all of their music really spoke to me. So,
but just humor me, because I think like a child, you know what I mean? So just humor me, like, who else did you pursue? Because I'm trying to imagine you as anything else but Karen, because that's all I've ever seen. So who did you think you were going to do besides her?
Nobody.
Nobody? You didn't think Donna Summer, maybe?
No, because I entered the tribute artist field, if you will, through the back door, because I had this idea to do a one-woman show, but at first it was like, I'll just do a bunch of songs that I like, no particular theme. And then I was like, Carpenters. So, and then all of a sudden I realized, oh, I'm doing a tribute show. Okay. So I never considered doing anybody else. And now I can't even imagine. It's people have suggested, but I'm like, no, I'm just going to stick with.
What they suggest, though? Remember, I have a mind of a child.
Okay.
What did they suggest?
Well, Carole King.
Carole King.
And I love Carole King's music.
No.
And it's in my range, but in terms of actually impersonating, that wouldn't work. And I don't play the piano. So.
Okay, what else? Who else did it say? Britney Spears.
Yeah, no.
Nobody went there.
Really, nobody else.
We're talking seven. No, because I'm on some thing here. I'm gonna come up with some business advice for you, right? So, Donna Summer for sure. No,
no. Though I do love her, but no.
You know you would do really great, but the only thing is she's only got one hit song. You know the lady that sings "If I Can't Have You, I Don't Want Nobody, Baby."
Yvonne Elliman. Yvonne Elliman. Yeah. Actually, I sing that song. When Ned and I. When Ned does his lounge acts, that's one of the songs I sing.
I like that.
Yeah.
But she's only got one song. That would be a very short-lived show. Like, thanks for coming out, you guys.
Good
One more time. If I can't have you.
I don't want nobody, baby.
No, I think you got Karen Carpenter spot on, though. So let's talk about that. So that is spot on. How did you make that happen?
Well, fortunately, my vocal range is very similar to Karen's, and physically, I look enough like her. I have the same hair color. The only thing that actually changed is my eye color. I wear brown contacts on stage.
Do you freak people out, like when you in the show, or anybody ever like, oh my God, I thought you were Karen?
Yeah.
Do you like that?
No, I get that, and that's a good thing, right?
Right.
So
You
yeah,
take
meet
pictures
and
with them
greets.
and stuff. You sign autographs?
Yep.
This is crazy. You're living the dream. Like, do you realize? Like, to keep this in perspective, this woman goes out and sings songs, makes money, okay, signs autographs, takes photos with people. Come on now.
It can happen.
You got a good life. I mean, really, you got a good life. I can't
Right, and
imagine.
also I'm not freezing anymore. Vermont is really cold.
Right.
And for years I was like, I'm sick of this. I
And
gotta
you
go
get to
somewhere
go on a
warm. And
cruise
now
ship
I'm in
and eat
Vegas,
cruise
so.
ship food sometimes. You get to go to like arenas. I've seen some of your pictures. You guys play some big venues. So you're playing, rocking the house for lots of people. This is awesome. Okay, so now what I want to know is, how did you get there? Like, was there some kind of mental preparation you had to do? Did you have to like yoga? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what made you be able to be successful at this? Because a lot of people watching the show are probably wondering, like, you know, how do I get out of my dead end job? How do I get up off this floor from this ripple, you know, and get out there and make something happen? How'd you do it?
Yeah, well, I think having really good organizational skills, which I do, because it's not just the performing, especially if you're self-employed musician or artist. Unfortunately, or for better or for worse, the performing or the art form is really just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much beneath that people don't see. They just see the end product. But you've got to get out there and hustle and promote and network with people, and I send hundreds of emails and
Wow.
make phone calls, and
What's your
there's a
favorite
lot.
part of all of it?
well,
Your
my
favorite part?
my favorite part is the performing, of course, and as you know, as this, I guess this is year 5 or 6 of me performing as Karen Carpenter, and so yeah, now at this point I'm doing a lot more performing than I was in the past, but I hope to be doing even more performing and less of the business end.
So let me ask you, so what challenges you? Like, you know, like if I were doing Elvis, right? Because I'm a good Elvis. Hello, agents. I'm a good Elvis. But if I were doing Elvis, I would think that there's only so many songs you can do. You can only do them so many times. And what's the challenge then? Because you know that people are going to get excited if you do the move, or if you say the thing that person said, or you come out in the costume. So what is the challenge every show opportunity to make, like, okay, tonight I'm going to do this? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't really feel like it's a challenge, even though we're doing the same show over and over again, because our show is it's a recreation of the Carpenters' 1976 UK tour show, and that, in our opinion, represents the pinnacle of their career. And at that point, prior to that, they had been doing concerts, of course, but they didn't have any real structure. They were just doing ballad after ballad and getting a really bad rap for just kind of being goody two-shoes and, they just do ballads. So in the mid-'70s, they brought in Broadway consultants and they did an overhaul of their show and added a lot of variety, which really showcased both Karen and Richard's talents. So for us, it's like every time we do the show, it's just so much fun, because not only are we in character, but people are getting to see the humorous side of Karen and Richard, all the comedy and the antics, and they get to see Karen or me doing the big drum feature that Karen would do, Richard's classical piece. There's like a Spike Jones parody to Close to You that we do, and then of course the big hits. But it doesn't get old. And even if we wanted to, which who knows, I mean, things evolve and change, but the Carpenters have such a huge music catalog. They were just so prolific that it's just endless what they did.
So if you had the opportunity to speak to you 10 years ago, or someone who was aspiring to be you today, a singer, young singer, what would you say? What piece of advice do you have? Caveat, maybe you have some stay away from advice. Well, what would you say to somebody who wants to be where you're at in 10 years?
I would say that if you feel really strongly or you're passionate about something, then don't stop pursuing it, no matter what, even if it's really difficult. Because it is, like, to get to where you want to be doing something that you love, there's always going to be sacrifices, and it's not going to be easy. But once you finally get there, like, the reward is so huge, and it's better than just, living the status quo 9 to 5, clocking in, clocking out, and living for the weekend.
Then fired at the new job, and then fired at the next job. I'm just saying.
I mean, as a dental hygienist, I had a 3-day weekend, but those weekends went by so fast because you're dreading Monday. So
right, exactly.
It's better to wake up doing what you love every day.
And that is what's up. I got time for one more question, but I'm not going to ask a question. Well, actually, I'm going to ask a question, but the question is kind of like a truth or dare question.
Uh-oh.
But you can only do dare. So I dare you to do like some Karen Carpenter for us right here a cappella. Can you do that?
Mm-hmm. I just have to think of the appropriate key in my head.
Okay.
Do you have a specific song in mind?
I seem to be, I seem to like Close to You.
Okay.
But that's me. I'm a romantic like that. What can I say, ladies?
Oh. Luckily, most of their songs are romantic, but yeah, I think I can do that one. Okay. Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Hey, you only gonna get it here. That's why y'all keep watching, because we be having things like this on the Ace Micheals Show. My guest today, Sally Olson. Go see the show. Is there going to be live shows very soon we can come check out?
Yeah, due to the situation, we've had a lot of live shows canceled, but we do have some live streaming shows coming up.
Nice.
So if people want to see what we have in store, they can just go to our website, which is carpenterstributeconcert.com. And hopefully, in the not too distant future, we will be back on a stage somewhere near you.
Yeah, and then very soon we'll be able to go to the show and be like, Sally, go ahead, Sally. What you talking about security?
We do have a brand new Carpenter's Christmas show coming out this holiday season.
Oh, really?
And so we're hoping that by then things will be, okay, so that we can still do these shows. We're thinking it's going to be fine. We're doing a Texas tour.
I like it.
Debuting the new Christmas show.
I like it a lot. Sally Olson on the Ace Micheals Show, y'all. That's what's up. And you got to hear a little acapella, a little preview, and that's good. If you see somebody doing good work, always support that, man. It's hard to do good work. And if you ever want to be on the show, we'd love to have you. You know what I say at the end of the show? I still mean it to this day. Live the life you love. Love the life you live. Thank you. That was great.
Thank you.